So one of the things that I was thinking about is kind of how bizarre the English language is. When I was sitting around over the last couple of weeks, everybody has this issue about there, and there, which one you're supposed to use in a sentence. So I thought about a couple of other words that I thought would be important for today. And one of them is presents, presents. And presents, trying to figure out a present to buy for somebody that has everything, that's been together for 60 years, that loves each other, is very, very difficult. So there's another very important type of presence, and it's spelled P-R-E-S-E-N-C-E. And there's 60 people in this room right now, and your presence is their present. And so I want to thank everybody for being here. It's very special to my mom and dad. It's special to me. My dad and mom planned this whole thing and put this all together, and having you here is really, really special. So with that, there's one more, P-R-E-S-E-N-T. I would like to present a toast to my mom and dad, 60 years of marriage.
Here, here.
I just want to tell you that Ginny and I, how much this means to us to have all of you here to celebrate our 60th anniversary. Thank you very much. Back in 1956, we got married, Presbyterian Church. We threw everything we owned in the back seat of a 39 Chevrolet and headed east. It didn't quite cover the floor in the back seat, all that we had. Nobody in the family had ever been east of Montana, so it was quite an experience. We were in Pennsylvania and Lancaster. I learned that we got there and we said, it's wonderful here in Lancaster. They said, that's not how we say it, it's Lancaster. So we were out there with the Amish and all those for 1 year. Then we went to Redstone Arsenal, where I was in missile command. And that's where our two children were born, Jimmy and Debbie. So that was the highlight of our life, and it has been ever since. Jimmy's still with us. Debbie passed away along the way, but we had a wonderful time down there. Then we moved up to Rockville, where we still live in the same house since 1960. There are many, many people here from Holland Road. Mary Stavish is here. She goes back from the beginning. We didn't advance very far once we left Huntsville. We had $250 to furnish our house. so we could avoid having apple crates and orange crates. Mary loaned us some furniture so we could have some. So we had enough to buy a couple bunk beds for Jimmy and Tammy. But the neighbors there have been great, and they helped us out, and we're now on the second and third generation. We were the youngest when we first came there. Jimmy was this high and Debbie was short. So that's been a wonderful experience, and I appreciate everybody from Holland Road. I could tell everybody in this room, I could tell an hour of fun stories about everyone. There obviously isn't time to do that. Unaccustomed I am to speaking. So then I worked for Hopkins a year. That was fun. Then I started working for SAIC. There were a number of people here that were in the very beginning of SAIC when it was a little tiny company before it grew up to be a big company. And that includes Terry Fitzpatrick, who was one of them. Don Stoltz was one. And Bob Harris was in the first 10 of the company. So, now, so I work with thousands of people. The people here mostly played sports for some reason. That's how we. So I played basketball, tennis, and golf with many, many people here. That was my thing. Terry was one. Don Solz was basketball and tennis. Now Bob Harris was the only one that I did all three with. Basketball, tennis, and golf. So that's kind of was my thing. Now on the other hand, Ginny's thing was cats. You know her address is the cat lady. Cat lover. That's what she's known as. So that's one thing. The other thing is lunches. And almost everybody here has had lunch with Ginny. We have Ann Kovac, who was 42 years ago, was in the first lunch bunch, is the only one left. And now we have a number of the newer members, like Poon and Monica. And so that was her two things for that. In terms of ourselves, our priorities were our families first, and our friends second. And the combination, getting that combination right, how much time do you spend with family, how much we were talking about earlier, the amount of elasticity you have so you're close and yet you give some space, was all part of it. But it's been wonderful. I don't have to tell anybody in this room how lucky I am to have been with Ginny all these years. Who wouldn't want to be with her? And so the thing that makes it is get out there and do things, and we've done things with all of you. It just makes it wonderful to have you here. So I appreciate that, and I appreciate our Piper here. Didn't he do a great job? And last, I want to say once more, this is the second event we've had in this room in 3 years, and the Congressional Country Club just does a wonderful job, I think. So let's give them a hand. I wish I could talk about every one of you and tell these funny stories. There's stories that some can be told. Others maybe not. So again, I thank you all for coming. It's just wonderful. You made our 60 years. Thank you.